war of words as former New York Republican Governor George Pataki. Governor Pataki, thanks for joining us. It has been really amazing to watch the push and pull between Governor Cuomo, New York City's mayor, and of course, everyone watching the ebbs and flow of the daily violence, the protests peaceful, but of course at night it changes, and the scenes of Saks Fifth Avenue being boarded up, a chain link fence topped with razor wire, guards with dogs. I mean, what the heck is going on here?
Charles, I have to tell you, it is extremely sad. For someone like me who cares about the city and tried for over a decade to make it a better place, to see the utter inept political leadership at every single level is just really, really tragic. And it's the mayor, it's the governor, it's the district attorneys, but it's not the police. They're the ones caught in the middle. Let me give you one example. They can arrest someone for first-degree rioting, a felony. That person cannot be held on bail. They have to be released with what's called an appearance ticket. So hundreds and hundreds of rioters, not protesters, rioters and looters have been arrested by the police, and they're let out the same day. So the police are caught in the middle. There is utter inept political leadership at every level in New York. And I just pray that this great city, one of the symbols of America, is going to be able to come back when this passes behind us.
Yeah, and then this move with respect to bail had been already going on in New York City even before the coronavirus, and then, of course, the protests and the riots and looting. And it was a head scratcher for many people because you do have really dangerous folks who are going right back out and committing crimes the very next day. Some have done it on social media. Some have actually laughed, thumbed their nose up at the mayor, at the system, acknowledging, hey, I'm going to do something awful and I'll be back on the street in 24 hours.
You know, it's not even, Charles, it's worse than that. It's not even 24 hours. There have been people charged with a felony, released within an hour, and then the same day they go out and commit another felony. This is not the police's fault. Governor Cuomo rammed this so-called bail reform through in Albany last year. It's the law in New York State. First-degree rioting, you cannot detain the person. You have to release them with no bail. First-degree assault, a felony, you have to release them with no bail. Aggravated criminal mischief, a felony, you have to release them with no bail. And yet the police are being criticized. The police are doing everything in their power with a law that is awful and leadership that is utterly incompetent.
Governor, big push now in New York to remove any sort of police presence inside of schools. What are your thoughts on that?
You know, it's utterly absurd. The police are there to protect us, and they have done a phenomenal job of protecting us. Just imagine what New York would look like for 1 week without police. And there are some idiots on the left in New York who are actually saying defund the police. You know, how brilliant is that? We would see violent crime go through the roof. And, you know, when I took office as governor, there were virtually 3,000 murders a year in New York City. Because of changes in the law and effective police, that was down to under 300. Thousands of lives saved every year by the police with a law that stood behind it.
Yeah.
We still have the police. We don't have the law. You get rid of the police, we're going to see chaos in the streets of New York.
Well, the very people calling for us to get rid of them will be the first ones calling for us to bring them back. Governor, thank you very much.